Thanks for joining us back on Facebook, guys, and everybody on Rise. So, basically, yeah, you're watching a master at work. So, thanks for the like, guys. Thanks for the love. Thanks for the love. And remember, everybody on Facebook, I'm streaming on Rise as well. So, if you haven't downloaded Rise or seen my video on my YouTube, go on YouTube and check out my video on Rise. Remember, my YouTube is Investor Milton. And everybody on Rise, check out my YouTube channel too. So, anyways, do you have a link? All right, I'm gonna be sharing a link, a referral link on my status right after this live. Okay, guys. So I got y'all. So why is blockchain so important? Right? What is so important about blockchain technology? Why should I even give a fuck? Right? So, Melanie, are you trying to come up? All right, I'm gonna put you up, and if you do not want to get up, you could just like not accept it. Okay, cool. So, Jose, what's up, Jose? So we're here talking about blockchain technology and why it's important. So, it's all right, Melanie. So, if you want to understand blockchain and why it's important, you got to understand why things have changed in the world and how and why it's even, relevant. So, one of the reasons why things are the way that they are today and why we even need blockchain technology, or one of the reasons why we even need a solution in the first place, is because of the internet. Okay, we live in a time period at the beginning of an era, a digital virtual era. Now, the internet is very young. Okay, so when did the internet really get available to everybody? We have the 1990s. Now, we have the 1990s. The 1990s was not that long ago, okay? So we're in 2018. So what happened at the beginning of the internet? So we can say that the beginning of the internet was here in the 1990s, right? Where everyone was using email, and then what? What happened in the 1990s? During this time period, we had the dot-com bubble. Now, people need to stop messaging me. I need to get a better setup, guys. All right. So, all right. So, we had the dot-com bubble. Now, the dot-com bubble, thanks for the love, guys. So, the dot-com bubble happened during the 90s. And the 90s was the beginning. Thanks, guys. Thanks, everybody on Rise. I'm explaining why blockchain technology is even important, and I'm talking about the internet. So, in the 90s, the internet was available for everybody. We had our first bubble, the dot-com bubble. Now, once the dot-com bubble happened, hey, Larry. Thanks for joining the stream. If you haven't, check me out on Rise. I'm on Rise right now, live. All right. So we had the dot-com bubble. Now, during the dot-com bubble, so much happened. We had so much progression. We grew as a world globally, right? In networks. And so we had some great companies and organizations come from this .com bubble. And which ones are here today? Which ones have we learned from, and which ones has benefited everyone, right? And we can all agree on this. It was Facebook. It was Google, right? We had eBay. We had Amazon, right? So we had all these good things that benefited everyone around the world, that revolutionized everything. From what? From what? From Internet version 1.0. All right. Luis, ¿cómo estás? So we have version 1 of the internet. And this we have had Facebook, which basically is a network revolutionized the way that we shared information with one another, peer to peer, you know. That changed everything. Again, thanks to everybody on Facebook Live that's watching. Show me some hearts on there so that I know that you guys are that you guys are watching. And then everybody, thank you for all y'all likes and stickers and stuff on Rise. Remember, guys, go to Rise, download the app. I'm gonna put in a referral link for myself after this. So shout outs to Referral Freedom, always telling me to use my referral ways of making bread. So we got Facebook. We have Google, which was the organizer, right, of the internet. And then we have eBay, and Amazon, which pioneered the future. Hey, Bettina. We're here talking about blockchain technology and why it's important. We're talking the internet. So we have the internet that was basically new and available to everybody in the 1990s, and then we had the dot-com bubble. The dot-com bubble sprung up companies like Facebook, MySpace, Google, eBay, Amazon, and it changed everything. See, Facebook basically gave us a way to share information peer-to-peer, share information across borders, you know, made a global community come together. And then we had Google, which basically organized all the information through the internet, which was something that was amazing. We've never seen anything like that before, ever since like Encarta. And then we have eBay and Amazon, and basically changed the buying habits of all the people around the world. Amazon is leading in logistics. It's doing very well on online e-commerce. It's amazing. And these are all things, positive things that we did get from the internet. And oh my God. Sorry guys, just fixing my phone. I'm streaming on Rise app. So check that out. We also got PXR. What's that? Give me this. There you go. Okay, can you guys see? All right. Sorry, y'all. All right. Anyways, what you gotta tell me what PXR thing is? Verge. The future has come. So these are all positive things, right? So in the first 90s, people were able to just basically, oh yeah, and YouTube, right? So what did we learn? We learned a lot from the world, right? We had many streams of information. We had many streams of ways to transfer data, and we put our information out there in the world for people to see. We put out our lives on Instagram, on Facebook, and stuff like that. And what did we learn? We learned we had a problem. One, identity theft. Okay, I learned a lot on Pornhub. Yeah, me too. Sorry guys, on Facebook. So we have identity theft, right? So identity theft is something that we had a problem with the internet. What was the problem? That we basically are sending information to people, right? But it's not the original information. Also, it's not secure because people have been able to hack other people. People have been able to hack accounts. We've seen this with Sony, people hacking hotel rooms, all types of things, right? So a lot of people that I know, the older people, they're just like, I don't really trust putting my credit card on PayPal or using it online, or I don't really like trust this or trust that. So that was a big thing. So trust. Why did we have a problem with trust? We've always had a problem with trust, but it's because of fraud. Right? So what did we learn of Facebook? We learned that people can come up and they can come up with fake identities. So Facebook, we learned that you can fake your identity, scam people, be pretenders, catfish, all right? You can go and take a bunch of people's money and no one will never know who you are because you're hiding behind the screen somewhere using a VPN and you're just bouncing around your location and, you know, you're getting away with a bunch of stuff. Scammers, you know? So we got fake identities, all right? And then we have fake information. So not only do we have a problem with people stealing identities, creating identities, or verification of identities, you know, and scams and stuff, but we also have fake information where people are giving people fake news. They're making certain topics trend, which are sending their agenda or their point of view, and you know, that's been a really big problem, you know. Hey, what's up, 808? So what we have learned so far is that the internet is very very young, right? The internet is very young. It's the first version of the internet. When? Tell me when. In what instance have we ever in technology, right, stuck with the first version of something? Let me know. When have we ever stuck to the first version of something? We're on iPhone X, right? We're like on iPhone X right now. So it's like we never stick to the first version of anything, but here we are, 2018, and we're at version 1.0 of the internet, you know? So we learned in the internet of today or yesterday, right, that we have a problem with fraud. We have a problem with trust online. And there's another one. We don't trust anything online either because people like Google and Facebook and Amazon What are they doing? They're collecting our data. And no one is stopping them, regulating them, or doing anything about them collecting our data without us being able to stop them. Why do I say it like that? Because in reality, we can stop them. If people did want to stop Facebook and Google from taking up all their data, there are settings in Facebook that you can do to better make your experience more private. Or you could use Google settings to make it a little more private. It's not going to be 100% private because they're still going to collect your data. It's just they're going to be a little more respectful about it. You know? Respectful. Because they've been disrespecting us for a while now by taking our rights and not educating us on the fact that we have digital rights. You know, we have the right to be able to trust, you know, in the fact that we can feel like we're not going to be frauded. We want to have that trust, right? We have the right to trust the things that we use on an everyday basis, right? We have the right to the ownership of our data. Thanks for the likes, guys, on Rise. Love y'all. We have the right to deal with people we can trust. That we don't have to deal with this identity, fake identities. We don't have to deal with fake information. You know, we have the right to be able to create something, right? To have an internet that allows us to not have to worry about people collecting data from us and making money off of it, or finding out our locations, or taking our deepest, darkest information on the web. If they take all your web browsing history, like we can build something, right? An internet. We can use an internet that we don't have to worry about none of this stuff. Well, guess what? We're living in a beautiful age. We are living in an age where, yeah, we're living in an age where this is possible, right? And I'll put it down right now. Tell me if this is something valuable in a world that's gone virtual, a world that is codependent on the virtual way of living, right? Living online. So we got transparency there. Transparency. Blockchain technology allows for a different type of transparency for the first time. So transparency gives us trust. We have a huge trust issue in the world. right? So who do we trust? We trust Facebook, we trust Google, we trust the banks, we trust our representatives, we trust them to represent us and do everything, you know, in the people's, you know, interest, right? We trust all these individuals, these centralized institutions, we trust these people. Imagine, right, what kind of world we would live in, what kind of value this would have, right? Transparency. Knowing where all the money's going. Where's your taxes going? That'd be valuable if you knew, right? And wouldn't it be valuable if, like, these representatives and politicians, you'd be able to see whose money touches all that? I mean, whose hands touches all that money? Where is the money flowing? Whose hands does it switch from person to person? And why? Imagine the transparency to be able to see who's funding presidential campaigns. The transparency to see what exactly they're changing in all these laws, in these bills, you know, so that everyone has access to that information. Projects, where they get their funding. See, transparency in the future is going to be very, 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 very valuable because it's going to give us trust. See, we're going to be able to have more trust in the organizations and governments and central institutions that exist today. This allows us, blockchain technology allows us to have more confidence, you know, and trust these systems a lot easier, right? So that's valuable. That's valuable. You know, it can actually correct a lot of things that are wrong in the system that we live in today. Now, this brings up my second reason why I think that this is valuable, right? It is the transfer of data. A lot of people are just like, I can't use the internet because of what? I don't trust it. There's a lot of fraud. Well, guess what? Now with blockchain technology, we don't have to worry about fraud anymore. Because with transparency, there's a lot more honesty, and you know that's forced honesty. It's not like everybody's forthcoming with their honesty when it comes to blockchain transparency. It's just out there. Every one of your transactions are out there. So the transfer of data, it's legit. It's verified. You can. There's no lying. There is no fraud. There's no way of you working the system. It's something that you can trust, and because it is secure, because you can transfer data securely online for the first time with confidence and transparency. That's why blockchain is so valuable, because it's secure and you can trust it. All right? So that's going to help a lot, right? With all the systems that we have today. But what about this part? You know what? I'm getting tired of that word. So I use this one. independence, sovereignty, ownership, responsibility. You add that, and you have something that's priceless. Priceless. Why is blockchain technology, why does it matter to you? Because it gives you freedom digitally. Digitally, you have freedom. You can use blockchain, right? You can use blockchain to securely send data, right? You can trust it. You can trust it. So you can use it to better the systems that already exist. You can use blockchain technology right now to build trust and make those centralized institutions secure. Or you don't, and use it to create something else. Or maybe somebody already created something else and you like what they're making and you join up with them and you support their cause. Or you don't. See, that's the thing about this technology. The thing about this technology is that it gives you the same opportunity that you have in reality, in the physical reality, just digitally. Here you finally have independence. You have ownership over your data. You have ownership over your assets. You can have trust, that someone else cannot take something away from you. You don't have to worry about somebody stealing from you. But the thing about independence comes a lot of responsibility. With responsibility comes you have to be secure. You have to learn how to be secure. You have to learn about wallets. You have to learn how to just keep your funds in the right place. You got to learn about these scams. You got to learn. You got a lot to learn. You got a lot to learn to really keep up and be secure and keep yourself safe. You got to keep yourself safe. The more independence you have, the more responsibility you have to take care of what you have. Transparency, transfer of data, which is security, and independence. Just a few things that blockchain technology offers the world. This is why blockchain is important, and these are just 3 reasons. There are more. So we're living in a world where the internet is young. 1990s when it was really available to everybody. The internet bubble happened soon, right after. We had a very, very, very good run until now with version 1.0 of the internet. It's time that we fix the problem with transparency. It's time we fix the problem with the security of transfer of data. And it's time for us to have our digital independence and not let these corporations and these bad actors take advantage of us in our ignorance. It's time. It's time for Internet 2.0. It's time for the next generation of internet. So look into Elastos. It's basically a project that is doing exactly that. And they're basing the internet on blockchain technology, and they're using cloud technology to create a new internet. And as you can see, it's definitely worth it because they're unifying and giving these new blockchains opportunities to achieve transparency, security, and independence. So just look them up, support cryptocurrencies and blockchain, support good projects, go out there and learn everything that you can, and just be a part of positive change, or else don't complain when the world's still all shitty. So, this is me piecing out on Facebook. All y'all know me because I don't add anybody I don't know. So, thanks for all the love, guys. And don't forget to check my YouTube channel out on Investor Milton. Peace.